Hi, my name is David McLeod. Have you ever had one of those days where everything seems to go wrong? You know, you wake up late, the hot water runs out before you've had a chance to rinse off, the toilet gets clogged up right after you run out of toilet tissue. Then, after you've finally made it into your car, you end up hitting every single red light that exists, and the traffic in every direction seems 10 times worse than usual. And of course, the day only gets worse from there. For me, when a day starts out like this, it's really easy for me to get irritated and frustrated because things just aren't going the way I want them to. But what I've noticed, and I'm sure you have too, is that irritation and frustration never seem to help the situation at all. What I've noticed is that things just seem to go from bad to worse because my attitude contributes additional energy that makes my day even more unpleasant. But you know, what I've also learned over the years is that when a day like this shows up, when I can get out of my ego mind's fear-based thinking that I'm not getting what I want, then I come to realize that this is just a great opportunity for me to really appreciate my life as a whole. I get to take a step back from the mind chatter that's happening in the moment and to look at my life from a higher level. When I do that, I can see that the so-called irritation that's going on is just a product of my mind. What's happening in the world it's just a series of events. Some of them are clearly of my own creation, but many of them are just events that are happening around me. And everything else is just my reaction to what's happening. Well, you know, this is a great realization, not to mention a great relief. I mean, stuff happens. I can fret and fuss about it. I can wish it were different. I can whine and moan about it, and I've surely done some of that. Sure, I can do all those things and let my ego mind have free rein. Or I can do something different. I can breathe. I can relax. I can let myself just observe what's happening in the moment and realize that nothing and no one are actually doing anything to me. I can recognize that these are just events that are going on around me and to accept them as such. This doesn't mean I have to cave into these events. It only means that I accept them as things that are going on. Once I've accepted them, which allows me to stay grounded in equanimity, then I can let them be, or I can be moved to change the circumstances that made it possible for these events to occur in the first place. But whatever I choose, the truth remains. Every event that happens in my life, no matter how I might judge it, is an opportunity for me to recognize all the amazing ways in which I'm invited to grow into the fullness of who I really am. Everything about my life is exactly as it should be. What a gift.